What's going on, YouTube? Thomas L here. Since Colin Farrell is also in the ensemble cast of Widows, I decided to do my 10 favorite Colin Farrell movies. Because I gotta say, he's a tragically underrated actor. He's been in so many stuff over the years. I mean, some good, some not so good. But I'm gonna do the good ones, of course. So, with that being said, here's my 10 favorite Colin Farrell movies. Alright. Coming in at number 10 will be the film Miami Vice. Now, Miami Vice is a movie remake of the TV show that starred Don Johnson. I really dug the remake of Miami Vice, which paired him with Jamie Foxx. I really dug their chemistry. Fox and Farrell both had some. I mean, they worked together pretty well in this. It was directed by Michael Mann, who did a pretty good job at directing. Yeah, it's loads of fun. It's a gritty crime film. If you guys haven't seen Miami Vice, it's really good. I mean, it's not. I mean, it's kind of underrated. I don't really hear many people talk about the Miami Vice movie, but it's really good. It's kind of disappointing we never got a sequel to this, because I would love to have seen Farrell and Fox team up again. But it was still a pretty good one-shot movie now. All right, coming in at number 9 is Horrible Bosses, which is the comedy about three guys who wants to kill their bosses because their bosses are kind of not so great and they're horrible, hence the name. Now, Colin Farrell actually plays the boss to Jason Sudeikis' character. Colin Farrell's character in this is like a coke addict. He's very unrecognizable too. And this movie actually showed that Colin Farrell could do comedy. I mean, before this, I never knew how funny Colin Farrell could be until I saw him in this. I mean, he was really hysterical. Of course, spoiler, he didn't really have much of a big scene. Like, he didn't have much screen time. Not gonna pretty much say why, but if you've seen the movie, you know why he doesn't have much screen time. I mean, Horrible Bosses is a hysterical comedy. I also dug part two, but Farrell wasn't in that one, so I mean, if you guys haven't seen Horrible Bosses by now, check it out. It's really funny. All right, coming in number 8 will be Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. Now, of course, the sequel Crimes of Grindelwald comes out tomorrow, but I'm going with the first Fantastic Beasts because of course, Farrell was in the first one. He actually played the villain, and I thought he did a good job as the villain. I mean, he wasn't as good as, let's say, Voldemort or anything like that, but he was still a pretty solid villain. Of course, Eddie Redmayne as Newt Scamander was amazing. Johnny Depp ends up showing at towards the end. Spoiler for that, by the way. And of course, Johnny Depp reprises his role as Grindelwald in the new Fantastic Beasts, which comes out tomorrow. But yeah, Farrell as the villain in this was just good. Colin Farrell could play a villain well. I mean, yeah, he played heroes, but sometimes he's actually even better as the villain than a hero. All right, coming in at number 7 will be SWAT. Like Miami Vice, SWAT is also based on a iconic TV show. This one, of course, starred the likes of Samuel L. Jackson, LL Cool J, and Michelle Rodriguez. Oh, and Jeremy Renner was also in this. SWAT is awesome. It's really fun. It has some pretty good chemistry. Like the chemistry with the cast really sold this movie. Colin Farrell was, of course, good. Yeah, I mean the first SWAT is really good. Then they did like few straight to DVD sequels, which aren't that great. But the first SWAT is where it's at. It's really fun. Too bad they never done like a full sequel to this with Sam Jackson in the game returning. But all right, coming in at number 9, coming in at number 6. My bad. Coming in at number 6 is another remake, and that is Fright Night. Boy, Colin Farrell's done lots of remakes over the years. But anyway, Fright Night is, of course, the remake of the 80s horror film. This one starred the late Anton Yelchin. Christopher Mintz-Plasse was in this. You even had Tony Collette, Umagoon Poots, Really good cast. It's really funny. It's pretty scary at times. And Colin Farrell as a vampire, perfect casting. Whoever knew that Colin Farrell could play a vampire so well, and he played the role perfectly. Now, this movie isn't as good as the original Fright Night, but it's still pretty solid. And it came out in 2011, I think 2011 or 2012. Oh no, it came out in 2011, and then Total Recall got released. Okay, it got released in 2011, and it's actually really good. I mean, if you guys haven't seen the Fright Night remake yet, give that one a go. It's pretty solid. Coming in at number five will be Daredevil. Now I'm gonna go with the director's cut. The actual Daredevil movie is not all that great, but the director's cut is awesome. Colin Farrell as Bullseye, perfect casting. I mean, the guy who's playing Bullseye in season three of Daredevil, he's okay, but he's not as good as Colin Farrell was. You know? Of course, you had the great Michael Clark Duncan as Wilson Fink, Ben Affleck as Daredevil, Jennifer Garner as Elektra. I really dug the director's cut. Not so much with the actual movie, but the director's cut's the best. Too bad we never seen Colin Farrell return as a Bullseye, but the new guys playing Bullseye on the new Daredevil, he's pretty decent. Coming in at number four will be Seven Psychopaths. Now this was released in 2012 and it was a pretty decent dark comedy. It was directed by Martin McDonagh, who also directed Farrell in another movie I'm going to talk about later on. It also had Colin Farrell with a cast that included Sam Rockwell, Woody Harrelson as the villain, Chris Walken, Gabrielle Sidibe was in this. Such a good movie. It is completely underrated. I mean, if you guys still haven't seen Seven Psychopaths by now, check it out. It's really funny. All right. Speaking of Martin McDonagh, coming in at number three will be In Bruges. Now, this was another movie that Colin Farrell starred in that was directed by Martin McDonagh. In Bruges is so good. You know, it's a really good crime film. It even had Brandon Gleeson was really good in this. It's pretty good. It's actually a crime comedy drama film, and Martin McDonagh did such a good job. Of course, since then Martin McDonagh went on to direct the aforementioned Seven Psychopaths. He recently did Three Billboards, which won Sam Rockwell his first Oscar. Pretty solid director, and I thought McDonagh did a pretty good job with In Bruges. Yeah, I mean, if for every reason you guys still haven't seen In Bruges by now, I mean, the movie turned 10. Yeah, turned 10 this year. Give In Bruges a go; it's really good. All right, coming in at number two is Saving Mr. Banks. Now, Colin Farrell didn't really have much screen time in this, but Farrell gave probably one of his best performances in this movie. Saving Mr. Banks is actually a movie about on the makings of Mary Poppins. It starred Emma Thompson as the author of Mary Poppins, and it had Tom Hanks as Walt Disney. Perfect casting, by the way. Now, Saving Mr. Banks was released in 2013. I'll probably just say 2013. Oh yeah, 2013. I thought it was 2013 or 14, but anyway, yeah. Colin Farrell did had some roles here where if some flashback scenes. Farrell gave. I mean, I thought Farrell deserved a Oscar nomination for his performance here. He was good. I mean, he's in a movie with Tom Hanks and Emma Thompson, and he gives one of the better performances out of the gang. Such an amazing movie. I mean, if you guys still haven't had a chance to watch Saving Mr. Banks, give it a go. It's a really wonderful movie. All right, coming in at number 1 is Phone Booth. This is one of my favorite thrillers of the 2000s. I mean, it's really Colin Farrell in a phone booth. Because a sniper played by Kiefer Sutherland is targeting him through a building, and he has to do what, and Colin Farrell's character has to do what he says, or else he'll either shoot him or any of the pass-bys, including Forrest Whitaker's character or Kate Holmes' character. Kiefer Sutherland was amazing in that. I think it's probably one of Kiefer Sutherland's best performances he's ever given. Sorry about that, guys. I want to check something. Anyway, yeah. Phone Booth is such a good movie. It's really intense at times. Colin Farrell, it's actually one of his best performances. He was really good. It was also directed by Joe Schumacher, who of course did Batman and Robin. He also did, loads of other stuff like, The Lost Boys, lots of other stuff he done. I mean, if you guys haven't seen Phone Booth, give Phone Booth a go. It's such a good movie. It's definitely one of my favorite thrillers. And it's also one of my favorite Kiefer Sutherland performances, by the way. I mean, the guy is, throughout the whole movie, Kiefer Sutherland it's mainly his voice that's in the movie. And his face doesn't show up till, kind of toward, spoiler, but his face doesn't show up till towards the end of the movie. And Sutherland was amazing. Colin Farrell was good. Such a fun film. I mean, definitely check out Phone Booth. It's a shame we haven't had a sequel, because the ending of Phone Booth kind of leaves the film off with a sequel, really. But yeah, definitely check out Phone Booth. It's awesome. Of course, we're probably not going to get another Phone Booth now, because, I mean, where do you see phone booths anymore? But, yeah, that's pretty much it. Let me do the quick rundown. 10, Miami Vice. 9, Horrible Bosses. 8, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. 7, SWAT. 6, Fright Night. 5, Daredevil. 4, 7 Psychopaths. 3, In Bruges. 2, Saving Mr. Banks. And 1, Phone Booth. Now, Farrell's been in countless other stuff. Pride and Glory he was in. Crazy Heart. Minority Report. The Total Recall remake. Killing of Sacred Deer. Can't wait for Dumbo, by the way. I was going to wait to do this list until Dumbo comes out, but you know what? I kind of want to talk about Colin Farrell movies today, so. But yeah, that's pretty much all. Let me leave it to you guys. What are your favorite Colin Farrell movies? Drop a comment below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for more notifications. This here is Thomas L. signing off.